English grammar. Subject-verb agreement. Learning objective. By the end of this module, the learner must be able to identify the subject, the verb, and their interdependence in a sentence, to understand the rules of the subject and verb agreement, to use them correctly in sentences. Concepts in module. Introduction. Rules governing subject-verb agreement. Exercises. Let's examine a few of the examples to understand how the subject and verb agree in a sentence. The subject and the verb do not agree in the sentence. The quality of the mangoes are excellent. The subject, the quality is singular. Therefore, it should be the quality of the mangoes is excellent. The sentence, the results of the investigation is not out yet is incorrect because the results is plural. Therefore, the correct sentence is, the results of the investigation are not out yet. The excess consumption of tea and coffee are bad for health is incorrect. The correct sentence is, the excess consumption of tea and coffee is bad for health. What do we learn from the above examples? The verb must agree with number and person of the subject in a sentence. In order to make the verb agree with the subject, one must be able to recognize the subject and its number and person. How do you recognize a subject in a sentence? The subject of a sentence is the doer or agent of the action. What is the action in the sentence? 4 young soldiers led the troops into the battle. The action is led. The question must be asked, who led? The answer is 4 young soldiers. Therefore, 4 young soldiers is the subject. Let us have a look at the rules that govern the subject-verb agreement. Rule 1. 2 or more nouns or pronouns joined by and make a plural subject. Look at the sentences with a plural subject using and the agreeing plural verbs. Gold and silver are precious metals. The notebook and the pen cost 200 rupees. Rule 2. If 2 nouns or pronouns are joined by or, nor, the number of the subject indecided by the noun or pronoun coming later. For example, neither the captain nor his players are in good form. Either the students or the teacher was responsible. Rule 3. Sometimes the subject appears to be plural because of the use of and, but it refers to one single object or person. In such a case, the subject is considered singular. For example, bread and butter. In bread and butter is what he likes for breakfast. And the horse and carriage. In the horse and carriage was seen in the compound are singular as they refer to a single object. Rule number 4. The number of the subject does not change when more nouns or pronouns are added to it, using with, as well as, along with, etc., or when the subject is qualified by addition words in an apposition. In the sentences, the ship with its passengers was lost, and the students, as well as the teacher, are present in the classroom. The subjects, the ship and the students, remain singular and plural respectively. Rule 5. The subject constituted by the use of either, neither, each, every, many a, must be treated as singular. The subject in the sentence is, each of the rooms is full, and neither of them has a copy of this photograph are singular. Rule number 6. There are nouns like politics, mathematics, economics, etc., which refer to a single thing. They are singular. In the sentences, the news about the incidents is true, and billiards is a game which requires keen concentration. The news and billiards are singular. Rule 7. The names of books, newspapers, and countries are sometimes in plural form, but they are considered singular. Gulliver's Travels was written by Jonathan Swift. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is a fairy tale. Gulliver's Travels and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs are the names of books. The United States of America is a rich country. The United Arab Emirates has the world's tallest building. Names of the countries are singular. Rule 8. Units of measurement denoting distance, quantity, amount, value, etc. are treated as singular. For example, 10 kilometers is a long distance. 20,000 rupees is a substantial amount. Examples: the police are on the lookout for the criminals. Compasses are used to draw a circle. Rule 10. Some collective nouns refer either to the entire group or to the individual members of the group. In the first case, it is singular. In the second case, it is plural. In the sentences, the assembly was sharply divided, rather discordant, and the game was over and the teams were relaxed. Assembly and team refer to individual members and not to the entire group. Therefore, they are used plural. Rule number 11. Relative pronouns who, whom, whose, which retain the number of the noun they qualify. Examples: she is a woman who always fights against injustice. It is you who are to be blamed for this. The relative pronoun who is singular if the preceding noun is singular and plural if the preceding noun or pronoun is plural. Can you now use the verb in agreement with the subject when you write your sentences next time? Let's check. Choose the verb in each of the given sentences that agrees with the subject. The cake given to us was or were delicious. The cost of the tickets are low. Butter and cheese are two separate milk products. Bread and butter are the most popular breakfast here. Martin as well as James have not been included in the World Cup team. Now, check your answers. The cake given to us was delicious. The cost of the tickets is low. Butter and cheese are two separate milk products. Bread and butter is the most popular breakfast here. Martin, as well as James, has not been included in the World Cup team. The verb is missing in each of the following sentences. Write the missing verb in the space given in front of the sentence.